feel like they're watched? That's the panic behind a new fear sweeping across America. People are freaked out about surveillance from our employers, our nanny cams, and our phones watching our every move. And right now, this anxiety is being taken out with electric saws and cans of spray paint on tools used by law enforcement to keep us all safe. The target? Flock safety cameras.
So both the left wing and the right wing are pissed off about flock cameras because it's Big Brother looking at us 24/7 and watching and judging and trying to find anything that you did wrong. Besides which, there's an angle here where a foreign government might want to watch in as well. So who steps in but Free Press, the publication led by Barry Weiss, who is very pro-surveillance, very pro-Israel, saying flock cameras are great. You guys shouldn't worry about it. Elliot, tell us all about it.
Yeah, great stuff. And here's more.
In upstate New York, someone cut down a flock safety camera with an electric saw. In Oakland, California, another was covered in paint. And in Idaho, someone rammed one with their truck. And in good old Florida, a man just sits in his lawn chair with a cardboard held up for the lens. Since January, roughly 23 cities have canceled their contracts or shut off their flock camera over Fourth Amendment concerns. There's even an open source intelligence website, DFlock, that's finding these cameras so people know exactly where to vandalize them. The response actually under attack. In 2025 alone, the system helped locate 10,000 missing people, about 27 people a day, or about one every hour. Over 40% of agencies said Flock helped recover over half of the stolen vehicles in their jurisdiction. In Indiana, an infant abducted at a shopping center was found in under 2 hours. In Ohio, a missing girl was located in under 30 minutes. And this is the tool that people are treating like the enemy. It is fair to have concerns about how companies use and track our data, but that's not what these cameras are for. To be blunt, they're not interested in you, unless you're a kidnapper, a thief, or someone who intends to do harm.
Okay, well, I guess there you have it. Flock cameras are actually really cool, even though both Democrats and Republicans seem to think otherwise. Cenk, initial thoughts before we get into more of it?
Yeah, she's like, it's only here to help you. We've caught a couple of criminals with it. Is it? Because we've got more here, but I really want to get to the Larry Ellison clip. Okay, so Larry Ellison is the guy who founded Oracle. He's David Ellison's father, and he financed all of David Ellison's media purchases. One of them was the Free Press, another one was CBS, and now they're trying to purchase CNN and Warner Brothers. And Larry Ellison was quite candid about how they're going to surveil you at every turn. Let's watch that.
Securing schools, we think we can absolutely lock down schools so that dramatically reduce the case of anyone being on campus that doesn't belong on campus, and immediately alert. The second someone pulls out a gun, immediately alert. Use AI cameras to immediately recognize that. We have, same thing. We have drones. We just, if there's something going on in a shopping center, and I'll stop. A drone goes out there, get there way faster than a police car. There's no reason for, by the way, high-speed chases. You shouldn't have high-speed chases between cars. You just have a drone follow the car. I mean, it's very, very simple. And the new generation of autonomous drones. Spotting forest fires. A drone spots the forest fire, and the drone then drops down and looks around to see if there's a human being near that heat bloom, and someone else either had an unattended campfire that caught fire, or it's arson. We can detect all of that. That's all done autonomously with AI.
Picture this, it's 1 a.m., you tell yourself just one more scroll through social media, and suddenly you're spiraling over the latest political dumpster fire. That spiral doesn't just exhaust your mind, it actually spikes your internal body temperature. And when your body stays hot, you can never hit that deep restorative sleep. So the fix? It's not a meditation app, it's your bed temperature. Enter ChiliPad 2.0. It's a water-based mattress topper that gives you total climate control from 55 to 115 degrees. No new mattress, no hassle. It fits right on top, and water is the game changer. A fan just stirs hot air around. ChiliPad uses actively chilled water to pull heat away from your body like a heat exchanger. The new 2.0 has a quieter dock, a washable cover, and a remote that senses when you climb in and fires up your sleep schedule automatically. Sharing the bed? Dual zones let each side pick their own temperature. No subscription, no hidden fees, 2-year warranty, made right here in the USA. Visit www.sleep sleep.me/TYT to get up to $255 off your chili pad 2.0 with code TYT. That's www.sleep.me/TYT. Free shipping, free returns, and a 30-night trial. The headlines will still be there in the morning. You might as well wake up ready for them. So he went on in that same speech to talk about how we're going to look into everything that all the citizens are doing. I mean, he talked about the mall there, he talked about schools, he talked about if you're in the woods, we're gonna find you. Coincidentally, Larry Ellison also happens to be the largest donor to the Israeli Defense Forces. He thinks that they're doing such a bang up job that he gave them $16 million one time. And because of drop site news, we know in his private emails, he talked to the Israeli ambassador about giving $5 million to Marco Rubio because he had been pre-approved for Israel and that he would help Israel all along the way. And so this guy who says, oh yeah, Israel is our greatest ally and we should fund Israel to no end, and we should merge our military technologies, now saying we should put cameras and drones everywhere and watch all Americans to make sure they follow the rules and commands of the people in charge. That's my sense of it.
Yep. Also, I mean, you're talking about an issue that encroaches on people's privacy. You're talking about a company that has over I believe, $1 billion in venture capital, and the way they plan on making that back is they sell folks' data. So if you're driving around and just minding your own business, that information is packaged and sold. They also, because it's a national network, it bypasses a lot of like sanctuary cities where they have, or states where they have laws where they don't allow that kind of interagency communication. This does away with all of that, and it says, no, we're just gonna actually A, sell your information, and B, we're going to do it without you, whether you like it or not, and whether or not it's against the law. And in addition to that, there's the reality that they do occasionally catch people, and they are seen as a net positive by a lot of folks. I think it's a really important thing for everyone to question whether or not it's worth it and whether or not this is a problem in search of a solution, or excuse me, a solution in search of a problem, because it seems that way to me, but we'll see how it all pans out.
Yeah, so the right wing is opposed to it because they're like, don't tread on me. This is big government, and the jackbooted thugs tracking me at all times. No, you don't need to know where I'm going to dinner or to lunch or who I'm hanging out with. Okay, and by the way, have technologies like this been abused in the past? Oh, of course, people that are involved in a divorce, and one of them is a cop, one of them works at the flock cameras and etc. And then they want to track their hubby. That happens all the time. They started doing warrantless wiretapping. They immediately started wiretapping our soldiers and listening in on phone sex. And on the left, we have a ton of issues with it as well, including sometimes used to track if women are going outside the state to get an abortion. So now we're just monitoring you at all times, and Big Brother's up your ass with this stuff. So now Free Press is like, way to go, yes, that's right, we're gonna surveil you. Oh, no, it's not for Israel, even though Free Press, Ellison, and all these surveillance folks are massively in favor of Israel. And by the way, what did they do with those unmanned drones in Israel? They turned some of them into kamikaze drones, and then they dive in and bomb the place that they're surveilling. And then they use others to assassinate doctors and children. So, yay, Big Brother sounds so nice.
We're here. George Orwell called it. It is 1984, except it's a little like 2026. Anyway, yeah.
Exactly.
And it's creepy, by the way. They're creepy. That's not as important of a point, but it is a point.
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.